Hi everyone. We are live at 5. How is everyone? Just waiting to start here. Just waiting to start. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know where you're from. If this is the first time for you on Live at 5, this is the Sisters Who Scale group. My name is Cheryl Hazer. I'm a cleaning business coach and also a maid service owner, an active maid service owner, I should say. I always wait a few minutes for people to get on tonight. Oh, there we are. We're live. So I want to know two things. I want to know where you're from, and I want to know if you can hear me. Okay, those two things. And I always look on my phone to make sure I see questions and people answering. So if you can let me know, that would be totally amazing. Tonight, I want to say my title might have been confusing. So what am I talking about tonight? I'm talking about how to sell like a boss. Nobody liked that title, right? So my $50,000 a month blueprint for turning homeowners into clients for life, meaning retaining clients. Maybe I should have used that word, retaining clients. Some of you will watch this on the replay. So who am I? Like I said, I'm a cleaning business coach in the cleaning industry, both residential, commercial, Airbnb, power washing, and carpet cleaning. I help owners grow their businesses, get out of their own heads, learn how to be consistent in result producing activities. I took my own business from zero to over 850,000 a year, and it's still growing. I spend my mornings in my business as an active maid service owner, and I spend my afternoons and evenings helping all of you grow your cleaning businesses. So I'm going to check in, see if anyone is here. And so tonight we're going to talk about selling. A lot of people have issues selling. They don't like to sell. They can clean good, they like to talk to people, but they don't like that icky selling feeling. So let's be real for a second. Most cleaning business owners, you guys can clean, you can scrub a house, you can make it sparkle, it makes you feel good. But the moment that you have to sell, that's when the nerves hit. So you start second guessing your price, right? You get that pit in your stomach before quoting. You say things like, I'll just text you the estimate later, right? Instead of closing it right there. Does that sound familiar? So that is the bottleneck that keeps most cleaning business owners stuck in between ten to $15,000 a month, maybe less. You're phenomenal at cleaning, but you're terrified of selling. And it's not because you don't care, it's because nobody ever taught you how to sell. Right? Selling, your audience is primarily women. You're going to sell different. And everyone thinks, oh, sell, you get that icky car salesman feeling or whatever, right? So we're going to talk about that tonight. So instead of owning the conversation, you tiptoe around it when you're in front of the homeowner, right? You give a discount because you feel bad. You're waiting for callbacks, they don't come, and you just simply avoid those price conversations altogether. Let's see who's here. Hi, Jessica. So why do most cleaning business owners struggle to sell? The cleaning business is all emotionally charged. You're not selling software, you're selling trust. You're selling peace of mind to a homeowner who's letting you into their most personal space they have. That is why so many owners get nervous, right? You're thinking, what if I come off pushy? What if they say no? What if they think I'm too expensive, right? If you're watching this on replay or if you're watching it live, let me know. Let me know what makes you nervous about selling, okay? So while you're hesitating, other people that own other cleaning business owners are not, right? They're not hesitating, right? Not because they're better cleaners, because they're better communicators. And if you don't fix this bottleneck, if you keep letting fear and self doubt run your sales process, you will lose in this market, period, right? Because right now, homeowners have a lot of options, right? Those pop up cleaners, there's a cleaning business on every corner. There's someone starting a new cleaning business owner like every day. So if you let fear and self doubt run your sales process, you will lose in this market, period, right? So there's, how do I say this? There is hope for those of you that get nervous when you go into a home and talk to homeowners, right? So let's talk about what happens if you don't fix this. So you'll keep chasing one-time jobs instead of locking in recurring revenue. You might stay trapped in that cycle of feast or famine months. One month you're super, super busy. The next month you're not. You'll burn out cleaning homes by yourself because you can't afford to hire. And worst of all, you're going to start questioning if you're even cut out for the business. I've seen this happen again and again, right? I've seen this happen. So your competitors who aren't afraid to sell are pulling in $20,000 months, pulling in $30,000, $50,000 months. They're not more talented. They're not luckier. They just learn to sell with confidence. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you're sitting there thinking, maybe I'll get better at this over time, this could be true. Could be true. But every day you wait to fix what's holding you back, someone else is taking the client. And we don't want that to happen to you. So the cleaning industry is moving pretty fast, right? Homeowners want professionalism. They expect digital quotes, meaning you have to have a CRM if you want to stay competitive. They want fast responses. They want clear communication. They're comparing you to the top companies in their areas. You need to compete with them, not just a solo cleaner next door. Some people like solo cleaners, but sometimes when a solo cleaner gets busy and bogged down, they have to reschedule, their body breaks down, and it's difficult, right? And clients will have issues with that over time if it keeps happening. So fixing your sales game isn't just an option anymore, it's survival. You have to do it because cleaning is a labor-based business, but scaling is a sales-based business, okay? Cleaning is labor-based, scaling is selling based, right? Makes sales based, right? Makes sense. You cannot build a $50,000 a month cleaning business on word of mouth alone. You need a system, you need a strategy, and you need the guts to close deals that pay you what you're worth, right? Hi Janet, I just saw you like it. Janet, I miss you. You have to learn a system, a strategy, and you have to have the courage and the guts to close the deals at high paying jobs, right? High price clients. So the more you discount, the more you'll never be able to scale because you won't be able to afford the bills in the business, right? So let's talk about what you think is really holding you back. It's not your leads. It's not your marketing. It's not your competition. It's your actual confidence. Your confidence is what is holding you back, right? Most cleaning business owners don't have a sales problem per se. They have a self-belief problem. Okay, so if you believe in your service, but you don't believe in your ability to sell it, you think you're bugging people maybe, right? Or you think you're asking for too much. This is a huge thing I see all the time. You think that if you keep your prices low, people will say happy. If you keep your prices low, people are going to be more demanding, right? That's the problem. That's not strategy. That's survival. And survival doesn't build $50,000 months, okay? It doesn't. So if you want to thrive, you have to rewire how you actually see selling, right? So it's not begging. It's not manipulation. It's an exchange of value, right? What do I mean by that? You're giving clients back time, peace, sanity, things every homeowner desperately needs, right? And when you understand that, selling actually becomes serving. So when you walk into a house, be like, I'm not selling, I am actually serving, I'm actually helping. Usually you're sitting with the wife, right? So she's overwhelmed, she's working full time, she's trying to keep the house together, she's trying to take care of kids, dog, husband, all that stuff, whatever, right? There's not enough time. There's not enough time to do that. All right, so if you're watching this on replay, I'm going to check in here. If you're watching this on replay, say hi and let me know. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if you're on here for the first time. I do a live training every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what do you need to fix, right? What do you need to fix? The reason why your cleaning business isn't hitting 50K months isn't because you're not working hard enough. It's because you're missing the sales foundation that every scalable cleaning CEO needs, right? If you try and build a $50,000 a month on shaky sales habits, it's going to collapse every single time, right? It's not going to work. So before we dive into the how, let's get brutally honest about what you need to fix. If you want to write this down, please do. Number one, your mindset around selling has to be fixed. So you have to stop thinking about yourself as just the cleaner, right? You're a home transformation specialist. You don't just wipe countertops, you wipe away stress, right? Until you believe that, you'll keep underselling your worth. If you keep thinking yourself as a cleaner, you're always going to undersell what you're really worth. So every time you say, I hope they book, you're giving your power away. So start saying, I know they'll book because what I offer is life changing, right? See the difference? The difference in the mindset there. So mindset isn't fluff. It's the actual engine behind your tone, your posture when you're standing in front of them, and your energy, right? And your energy. Homeowners just don't buy your service. They're buying the certainty of your voice, right? So number one, change your mindset around your selling. Number two, change your confidence in your value, in the value that you provide. So most cleaners price from fear, not from value. So you look at what others charge instead of what you deliver. There could be a difference there. And the homeowner isn't comparing your price, they're comparing how they feel after you leave their home. The decision is an emotional decision to go with you. Do they feel confident? Do they feel that you can bring what they need? Do they feel that you're organized? Do they feel that you have the right safeguards in place, the right service agreement in place, the right systems in place? They look at all that stuff now, right? They look at all that stuff. Until you see yourself through that lens, you're always going to talk like an employee, and you're not going to talk like a CEO, right? So this isn't transactional. You're actually giving them back time, reducing their anxiety, taking a huge load off their plate. If they don't need to clean the house and they can tend to other things and not get up on a Saturday morning and clean, we all know what that feels like when you're going to bed on a Friday night and you're like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to clean. You put yourself into that overdrive feeling of what you need to do, right? So if you can't speak on those emotions, your quotes are going to fall flat. When you say we clean bathrooms and kitchens, that's information. When you say we give you your weekends back, that's transformation. Does that make sense, right? Let me know if this makes sense. Let me know if this makes sense. I'm checking in here. I'm checking in here. So your communication flow is the next one. So your clarity is going to be your confidence. Most cleaning business owners lose sales because they sound unsure, right? You'll say, it'll be around this, it'll be a range, it'll be that, right? Instead of the investment for this clean is this much definitive, here's the price, here you go, right? There's a lot of it is in your delivery, right? Your text quotes with no explanation or excitement, not cool, right? Or maybe you wait a couple days to follow up with a price, right? That's another surefire way to lose. So your communication has to sound like your business looks. It needs to look sharp. It needs to look professional, and trustworthy is a big thing, right? So that starts from your first message to your follow-up text. Your client should feel that you've got it handled, right? Make sense? So next up is your follow-up discipline. What do I mean by that? Some people don't follow up. If you don't follow up, you're leaving money on the table, period. Most cleaners give up after one message. The pros follow up 5 or 6 times because they know that life gets busy and people forget, right? No response doesn't mean no. It means not yet, right? Someone could put in a request. Like I'm thinking of this one in particular. She put in a request, used to be a client of ours, put in a request again, and then been busy, been this, been that, and then I called her, and she's like, "Oh my God, I've been so busy. I'm sorry," and then haven't heard from her. So she could wait till after the holidays and be like, "You know what? I put in this request, but I really can't do it till January." And you never really know, so you want to follow up like all the time, right? Um, so when you follow up all the time, you're telling the client, "I care about your home, and I'm ready when you are." Right? That's leadership, and leadership closes deals always. All right, making sense? If this is making sense, if you're watching this on replay, say making sense. Say making sense. So next is how clear is your offer, right? Your offer clarity. So confused clients don't buy. Period. You have to make your, if you're in the house doing estimates, which is what I recommend, you'll definitely close way more. Way more. So if you're confusing them, they're not going to buy. So if your offer is vague, right? We do basic cleans, we do deep cleans, and you don't explain what's in each, right? Or you could say something like, "Our signature reset clean removes every trace of chaos from your week," or something like that, right? You're forcing them to guess what's included, and that leaves them leaving vague, right? So you need structured, easy to understand service packages that make homeowners think, "Yes, that's exactly what I need," right? So when you explain your offers with confidence, no fluff, no hesitation, you make it simple for them to say yes. You want to take out all the guesswork. So, and I have a sales package. So when I go to do the estimates, I still do all my estimates. I have a sales package that has every single piece of detailed information in it. I teach this in my Drop Them Off class. I teach you how to make a sales package. You can ask anyone that's gone through the program how much it's helped them close more, beat out other competition. It works. Why? Because you're communicating with them. It's not vague. It tells them exactly how to do business with you. It tells them exactly what you offer. It tells them the exact process of what's going to happen. It's like this, 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 and this. It's very clear. It's very concise. I don't drag on. I say, here it is, here it is, here it is. And the whole time I'm doing that, I'm reading the person's body language. And if I sense that there is a moment where they're unclear, I stop what I'm doing. I stop my presentation and I say, "You look like you may have a question," right? You're just talking to a human being. And that's where people get all nervous. "Oh my God, I'm selling. It's this." Just have a conversation. Have your stuff in front of you. Just have a conversation, right? That's gonna make all the difference. When you explain your offers with confidence and make it conversational, you make it easy for them to say yes. And that's what you want to do. You must get good at this. You can't outsource this, right? You must get good at this to scale. You must get good at it, right? Okay, that's offer clarity. Number 7 is your energy when you're in their presence, right? Selling is not about words. It's about a transfer of belief. So if you're tired, we're all tired. If you're tired, you're timid, you're uncertain, the client's going to feel that before you even finish your first sentence. So when you bring passion and posture and presence, that you have the "I've got you" mentality, your energy becomes magnetic. And now you have a different conversation, right? People don't just buy from people they like, they buy from people who make them feel safe and excited and confident about their decision. Energy sells. So if your energy says, "I'm the real deal," the sale's already halfway done, right? So before you grab your scripts, all that stuff, right? You don't need scripts. I don't have a script, right? Marketing hack, whatever, right? This is your foundation. I just want you to have conversations with people, right? So these are shifts that turn house cleaners into CEOs and conversations into 50K months, right? I'm going to see if people have any questions. I think a lot of people are going to watch this on replay, which is totally fine. A lot of people will watch on replay, okay? So is this all making sense? Is this all making sense? So let me tell you something I wish someone told me when I started. No one is coming to save your business. No one is going to swoop in and close clients for you, right? No one, you sure you can hire a salesperson, but if you don't know how to sell your own service, how are you going to teach them to sell for you, right? And then you got to work out commission structures. No one is going to sell as good as you do. You need to master selling. Sure, you can give it off after a while if you want to, right? If they're gonna, no one's gonna sell as good as you because it's your baby, it's your company, the whole 9 yards, right? So no one is coming to save your business. If you want to hit 50K months, it starts with you, right? So right now, deciding to stop avoiding the part of your business that actually pays the bills is what you need to do. You need to learn the hard stuff. There is no way around it. It's just like hiring people. Oh, I don't want to hire. Can I have someone else? Can I have someone else hire for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? You always everyone wants to outsource things that they're afraid of doing. Everyone wants to outsource things that is too hard, right? It's too hard. Someone's messaging me. Everyone wants to outsource things that are too hard. You cannot do that, right? You can't outsource your confidence. You have to build it. So today, I want to make a promise. I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to stop undercharging, right? I want you to stop apologizing for your prices. And I want you to stop waiting for clients to get back to you. I want you to be on it. When someone makes a request, I want you to answer them immediately. I don't care what you're doing. I want you to drop what you're doing and say, this is a lead. This person needs my help. I'm going to have a conversation with her and I'm going to get that estimate on the books, right? I'm going to get that estimate in my calendar, right? You are the CEO of your company, not anyone else. And the moment that you learn to sell like one, everything is going to change. Your income's going to change, your confidence is going to change, and your life is going to change. Because $50,000 months, that's life changing money. That's life changing money, right? It's not a dream. It can happen. A $50,000 month is a decision that you make, and you say, I'm going to get to $50,000 a month, right? Who wants $50,000 months, right? $50,000 months are awesome. I'm just letting you know, right? It's $60,000 to $70,000 months, or even better, right? But like, it all starts with $5,000 months, $10,000 months. I was at about $10,000 a month in revenue when I first got my first CRM. Right? I was working off a Google Calendar. I was working off texting my clients. I was just over the 5-figure a month. And I was excited for that, right? Because I had never seen money like that. I was solo cleaning, and I had like one helper, and I was like, oh my god, I'm making so much money. Like I was just like, this is crazy. Until I got to 20,000 and 30,000 and 40,000 and 50 and 70 and 80. You know what I mean? So it took a while to get there. But the one thing I was consistent with is my selling, my sales package, my communication. That's how I did it. I didn't do it being a master cleaner. Sure, I love to clean, right? My girls can't out clean me. Well, I mean, maybe they can now because I have back issues, but back in the day, they couldn't out clean me. But anyways, if this resonated you, and if you feel that you're afraid to sell, and you think you have what it takes, and you want $50,000 months, we should have a chat. Reach out to me over DM. We can talk more about what's happening inside of your internal settings that you think is keeping you stuck, and we can see if what I do is a good fit. I don't work with everyone because the people that I work with, you got to be ready to work with me, right? You got to be ready. You got to be ready to build this business. No wishy-washy here. When you come work with me, when you come into my tribe, we're on fire and we hit the ground running, right? We hit the ground running. So I hope this helped. If you're watching it on replay, definitely feel free to reach out to me. Your internal, the internal confidence and the internal way that you talk to yourself is what's either allowing you or prohibiting you from hitting $50,000 months, right? So if you want to hit $50,000 months and you want to know how to do it, DM me and let me know. And I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was helpful. And like I said, some people are watching on replay, so you can also message me as well. All right. Have an amazing evening. We'll see you all soon.